10 months later, Rashad Suleiman got dismissed from that team. The first player ever dismissed from a from the Duke basketball program. Which again, that screams red flag to me. It's like, hold on, now you've been doing this for a while and winning too with some primetime athletes. Yeah, and we know some of the wild stuff that goes on at Duke. We heard about that. Even though, let me say this, those lacrosse kids, it was found that there were no wrongdoings, but the environment still existed. Like, let's not act like that party wasn't happening. With that they had strippers and blow and all that kind of stuff going on. Let's not act like that wasn't happening. Yeah, they get it in. The smart kids at Duke, and that was lacrosse. We ain't talking about like the football team who's getting a lot better now, and the basketball team who's been good for forever and ever. Which, by the way, Duke has now claimed the number 2 spot in the polls going into Selection Sunday next Sunday, as the tournament brackets get filled up by, this week they'll be filled up by the automatic qualifiers, the tournament champion winners, and then on Selection Sunday, they'll go through and insert and seed the teams and so forth and so on. This will be the time, like if Rob and I were doing pedestrian radio, we haven't yet gotten the equipment that we need yet to have guests during the podcast, but we will be doing guest features like outside of the podcast, either someone that Rob and I may interview together or just have a conversation with together about certain subjects, or individually, something that if it's not something time sensitive, we can post things like that on the weekend to kind of tie you guys over to stay in the bloodstream as we go from week to week, so that it's not this dead period during between broadcasts or between podcasts during the weekend. Speaking of, this is the Sports Kings podcast. I'm Big Mike. My normal partner in crime, Rob Calloway, couldn't be with us tonight. He had a prior engagement to deal with. We're being heard on Spreaker.com. Also, you can tweet us, Instagram us, Facebook us at any point in time that you're listening to any one of the podcasts about anything that may get your goat, or if you got any questions about anything, you got any comments about anything, please do it at Sports Kings Live. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Or you can email whatever you want to sportskingsatl@gmail.com. Other things going on in the world of the NCAA. They decided now, I don't know if anybody even cares about this, but the crop tops, they're calling them crop tops. Like we used to do it in high school. We used to fold it, turn the jersey inside out, then fold it up till it's right under the numbers, because back then, bro, it was in shape, like for real. So you could see the plow, the 6-pack, the abs, and while you playing. Well, now that's a thing of the past. You can no longer do that per the NCAA. As with most things, there is no rhyme or reason for making the rule. Well, I'm not going to say that. It's probably just the same way the NFL does it, for uniformity, to make sure that, the product in and of itself, you can sell these products, these jerseys continuously, to pillage these kids for money or pimp these kids for money by selling their jerseys. And they want to get every bloody drop out of the profits that they can make off of this merchandise, and Nike and whoever may be providing the merchandise for the particular team. I'm glad I saw this. I just happened to peek down at my notes here, and worst idea ever. This is what's about to happen. And God, see, this is another thing that I'm going to bring this up again tomorrow with Rob, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tonight as well with you guys. So just so you guys can hear what the hell is going on. This article is written by Darren Ravel of ESPN. The title says an NCAA site allows for athlete donations. You say, what? Well, why the hell do these kids need donations? I know my man was talking about how they were the Hungry Huskies last year and all that, but I think the NCAA tried to They did a terrible job of it, but they tried to fix it by saying the kids, can have unlimited snacks. Now, mind you of this, a lot of people didn't realize this, though. They're not saying that the kids will have unlimited snacks. They're saying that it's allowed. If you want to do it as a university, you can. But there's no guarantee that all the kids, all the student athletes across the nation are getting unlimited snacks. It's just now, if you do that, you will not be punished, is what the NCAA has told these schools. But here's what this is all about. And I got about 10 minutes to do this in, and I'm going to get through it here. A young man named Sean Fojtik, Fojtik, has created a site called Angel. What is it called? Fan Angel, right? This is how this thing works. Basically, they're saying, as a fan, you can contribute money to possibly get your favorite player to continue to play for your favorite college sports team, whether it be football, basketball, whatever. This particular example points towards Marcus Mariota, the former Oregon Duck quarterback that'll be in this year's NFL draft. So basically it works, and I'm going to read this directly from this article. When a fan commits a pledge to an athlete, that money is immediately taken out of the account. Of course it is. 80% of the money will be held for the athlete. If that athlete does choose to stay in school, 10% will be given to the athlete's teammates, and 10% will be earmarked for charity or scholarship funds. The money is given to the athlete when the athlete's eligibility expires. Now, that's the caveat to it. It's one of those things where, obviously, if they gave it to him immediately, you run into a Syracuse situation again where boosters are paying, or people are paying athletes for something, and damn sure can't have that. You can't have the dudes that make the sport make any money. That'd be too much like American. Fan Angel, Fojtik says, takes a 9% fee for organizing the transaction. Of course they do. See, this is the problem that I have with all of this crap. Like, everyone else is able to make money off of the backs of these kids except them. It's like, damn, wait until my eligibility is over. Like, I want whatever a 19-year-old kid wants today. I want a new tattoo today or whatever. Like, people think that's a deterrent too. Like, if you give them money, all they're going to do is spend it on is tattoos, and who cares? Who cares? Like, my whole thing about it, eliminate the excuse. Like, if you saying you hungry or you don't have any leisure money to go out, and have a good time with your buddies, or gas money to get home and all that kind of stuff, all right, here's your stipend, or whatever you want to call it, or however you want to deal with it. Because it's happening right now. I think Pat Forty wrote an article about that. That is happening right now. Schools are letting go of that, and they're awarding these cost of living stipends to scholarship athletes now. So if you decide to spend your gas money home for spring break or for Christmas break on a tattoo, and then the NCAA catches you signing autographs, which still I think is stupid. But if I'm the NCAA, I've eliminated the excuse. Like, I gave you the money, but now you got this big eagle across your back instead of gas in the car. It's a part of becoming, of going from a young man to a man. You learn certain lessons. That's not the worst lesson the kid could learn. You know what I mean? You learn your lesson, how to appropriate your funds better. About 6 minutes left. So let me get through this. And then we'll pick it up again tomorrow when Rob gets back, because I think this is the worst idea ever in the history of the NCAA. Now, here's what they have to say. Oh, and by the way, if the kid doesn't come back to school, be confident. These people from Fan Angel say your money will be refunded. Okay. Now, the NCAA issued guidance to prospective crowdfund. That's what these are called. These are called crowdfunding sites, saying that college athletes' names could not be used to promote such sites and would compromise the athlete's eligibility. Well, here's the thing. People already know. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to get on TV and say, you can pay $20 to get Marcus Mariota to play one more season at Oregon. You don't got to do that. You can just say whoever your favorite player is, the person knows who their favorite player or the best player on their team is. Like, people know who Todd Gurley is or whomever. And to donate, their names are going to have to be a part of the website. So when you click on Fan Angel to go, oh, you know what, I should have done by tomorrow, I will have gone to Fan Angel and let you guys know what's happened or what it looks like by tomorrow. But yeah, there's no doubt the person's name, Marcus Mariota or Melvin Gordon or whoever, their name has to be on the website, period. So yeah, NCAA missed me with the whole with God. They're such a bad organization, man. It's just so, like, I can't stress it enough. Just how much I just in my gut just loathe this organization for the way they pretend to carry on business as though it's this. First of all, they're a nonprofit. Since when? Since when? Is that even a thing? But like I said, we'll get into this more tomorrow when Rob gets back. I'm going to finish reading this real quick. Now, and by the way, the NCAA argued while defending its position in the Ed O'Bannon case. You remember the Ed O'Bannon case about the likenesses and everything that Ed O'Bannon won? Well, they defended its position. They argued the same thing while defending their position in the Ed O'Bannon case, that accepting money that is put in an escrow account still counts as accepting money at the time an athlete accepts it. So basically, the same thing that they argued against, saying that, like, if someone was to say, or the Ed O'Bannon people were saying, well, why not put the money that the NCAA could allocate money for these kids and put it in an escrow account for them? They argued during the case that no, that's the same thing as accepting it. But now this third-party entity, Fan Angel, is saying the same thing. We want to put this money aside. They're saying, you know what? If you're going to do it, cool. You do it with your money. Yeah, it's bad if we do it with the money, with the billions that we're making off their backs. But if you want to do it, by all means, go right ahead. It's so, like, everything about the organization is so hypocritical. 10 years to do a Syracuse investigation. Two weeks, basically, to do a University of Miami investigation. They put sanctions on Penn State, which, by the way, I went on record, like, almost immediately, and I was the one screaming death penalty. Like, I don't care. Like, that's how these things work. That's how they've always worked in the NCAA. It's like the kids who had nothing to do with it end up paying for it. Like, Fab Melo is not at Syracuse anymore. Nor was Reggie Bush still at USC when everything came down on them. Pete Carroll skipped town, and along the same lines, Chip Kelly, when he felt like things was about to crumble around him at Oregon, which they inevitably didn't, as bad as many thought they would. Again, another, which way did they go? You got USC getting this. You got Oregon basically getting a slap on the wrist. You got the stuff. You got them going extra hard against Penn State, and then coming back and say, well, by the way, those scholarships, yeah, you guys have been good for the last year, so we'll give them back. Those wins that we vacated, yeah, you guys can have those back too. And by the way, I don't care about either one. But I'm the guy that says, if you want respect as an organization, stick to your guns. Don't run as soon as people with lawyers pull them out and threaten to shoot. Be more diligent in what you initially did, and make the punishment appropriate for what the perceived infraction was. Because now you look like exactly what you are, an inept organization. This is why anytime you see me tweet about them, it'll always be hashtag NCAA holes. That's what they are. Mark Emmert and all that whole situation down there that can try to make every excuse as to why no one who plays the game plays a game of college sports should be able to benefit from it. Again, with about 40 seconds here to go, I'm not saying have a payroll for college kids, but what I'm saying is, if I'm Todd Gurley and someone sees value in my image or my name or me appearing somewhere, and it doesn't affect anything that's going on scholarship-wise with me, as far as me being at practice or in class, by all means, I should be able to take advantage of them. That's America, man. And this is the Sports Kings Podcast. We're being heard on Spreaker.com. I am Big Mike. Rob will be back tomorrow Tweet us, Instagram us, or Facebook us at Sports Kings Live, or you can send us an email at sportskingsatl@gmail.com. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.